Hi guys, my name is Danae Smart. I am a current medical student at Loma Linda University School of Medicine, and I'm here to try to encourage undergrad students or students who can't necessarily take the traditional route into med school because they might not be competitive leaving undergrad, but I'm just here to let you know there's more options. I have a lot of friends who flawlessly made it through undergrad and who have called me because they're supposed to be mentoring undergrad students, but they can't necessarily relate. So the students contact me and ask me for advice on what they can do. So I'm here to tell you, and I have a little checklist in the corner, so if you see me look at the side, you know, I'm just making sure I got everything checked off. But first, I want to tell you about my undergrad experience. I'm not here to bash my school because I did get my degree from there. I'm not here to bash the teachers or play the victim. There are some situations that I do feel like could have been handled differently that would have bettered my academic experience, but that's all good now because everything happened for a reason. So I enter as a freshman. I'm not doing as well as I want. When I talk to teachers, I'm consistently hearing, "Are you sure you want to do pre-medicine? Are you sure you can handle pre-medicine?" One professor even had the nerve to say, "Are you an athlete? Because I know your brains are exhausted," when I went to go ask her for homework help. So I was like, instead of answering my question, she decided to stereotype. But anyways, sophomore year comes by, I do a little better, I make the dean's list, still not where I want to be, and I decide I'm going to try out for the track team because I've always been a student athlete and I've always done well, so maybe I just haven't found my balance yet. So I decided to join the track team, and by the end of the season, both of my hamstrings were strained and my grades weren't any better, so that did not work out. Junior year comes by and now it's time to take my MCAT, but I don't feel ready at all. I try to tell my family I'm not ready, but they only know the traditional way, and I don't fault them for that, but my dad kind of pushed me to take it. He was paying for it, so he kept saying, "You've passed everything, you'll be fine, like you've always done well, you've never failed." But I'm like, "Dad, this is another type of test," but you know, I have to give it to him for still being encouraging, although it was not the right move because I ended up taking my MCAT and did terribly. So at this point, I know I'm not competitive for med school. My MCAT score is terrible. I decide, okay, maybe I'll apply for MCAT prep programs. But even the programs were like, deny. So that didn't work out. I get to senior year. Graduation is May. And I hear, Danae Smart, Bachelor of Science in Education. ... Now this hit deep. I did not have one symbol beside my name. And a lot of people at UM didn't have any symbols by their name, but for me it hit hard just because from high school I had 4 symbols, graduated an IB scholar, Gates Millennium Scholar, so you know, it hurt, and I was like, what am I gonna do? So over the summer, I had a period of reflection. I was praying a lot just for God to guide my path, because I said, I know you want me to be a doctor, Lord, but what am I gonna do? Because undergrad was a failure. So I decided I'm going to apply to Postbac programs. And at this point, I'm really not listening to anyone because I even had family saying, "Oh, why don't you just do nursing?" I've been telling y'all since I was 5 I wanted to be a doctor, and now you want to say do nursing? No. Oh, I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to make a way. It doesn't have to be traditional. So I find Postbac programs and I apply. And I was so excited because North Carolina was my dream state and I've lived in Florida my whole life. But I got into UNCG and their Postbac program I liked because it was an undergrad-based program, not master's. So that could pad my undergrad GPA. And I was able to retake chemistry and organic chemistry, but also do higher level sciences that I didn't do in undergrad, like cell bio, genetics, human physiology, developmental psychology. And upon entering, I told myself, Danae, you're gonna do the best that you can do, no matter what any teacher, no matter what any person tells you. So I ended my Postbac degree with a 3.91 GPA, which was way above my undergrad GPA, because with my undergrad GPA, I was in the low threes. So, you know, my academic confidence was there. And midway through my postbac, I had decided I was going to apply to master's programs because I was a Gates Millennium Scholar. So I said, why not use this blessing and further my degree instead of going home and working for a whole year during application cycle. So I knew I couldn't send my MCAT score to any master's programs. So during Christmas break of my postbac, I got that GRE book, studied, took my GRE, and then sent off the scores with my applications. Around February, I heard back from Georgetown, which was a master's in physiology. They put me on the wait list. And then I prayed because I said, Lord, between Georgetown and CSU Fort Collins, I really like CSU. Georgetown is just a name, and I feel like I don't want to get in the same trap with UM where it's a school that, you know, one of the top schools, but then, you know, you're not happy. So I prayed about it and I said, wherever you want me to go, let me know, let them send me acceptance first. So CSU a week later sent me an acceptance and I was ecstatic. I accepted the offer and now I was going to Colorado, a little Florida girl going from North Carolina to Colorado. So while I was applying for my master's, I was also applying for MCAT study prep programs. So this time I got into UConn Health Career Opportunities programs, and they provided us with housing, they provided us with study materials, with food. So all we had to do for the 6 weeks of the program was study and work hard and try to achieve the score we wanted. And I want to shout out my MCAT crew at UConn. I love you guys. I was with some people that are destined for greatness and really inspirational people. So the UConn program ended July 31st, and I had to take my MCAT August 3rd because my master's started August 14th. And after getting a 3.91, I told myself, you're going to get a 4.0 in this master's program. Like, you're not settling for less. So took my MCAT. I was a little short of my goal. I wanted it to be in the 80th percentile, got in the 70th percentile, but you know, it was a big improvement from the first time I took it where I felt like I knew nothing on that test. So I start my master's program, first semester, 4.0, second semester, 4.0, and my advisor even has the option of selecting 2 students to attend one of the local medical schools in Colorado, and he offered me an acceptance. And that's a whole nother story because my journey to the acceptance to Loma Linda is a whole nother story that deals with that acceptance also, but that's just another story, another time. But this video was just mainly to tell you my story, tell you of my failures to my success, going from low 3s to 3.91 to a 4.0 in a master's degree. And then for med school, my first year was amazing. I didn't go the traditional route, but I didn't struggle my first year either. And I even printed out evaluation I got from a resident during our last month of school of our first year. So my last month of first year, I was on an OBGYN rotation, and the resident wrote this: very smart, knows physiology well, able to answer numerous questions, medical knowledge above MS1 level, very enthusiastic, tried to be helpful at all times in the OR, such an excellent student, way above her level of training. Now, please tell me if you think any of those undergrad teachers thought I'd ever get a review like this. I couldn't handle medicine, right? But here I am, killing it. So I just want to tell you guys to try to do your best and don't let anyone tell you you can't do it. If you really want to do it, you're going to keep pushing and you're going to find a route that fits you best. Like, God sent me this route, and my master's gave me so much knowledge and just experience, and that's what brought me to where I am now. And you see my little goals list back there. I'm putting this evaluation from the resident up on that wall. Like, you have to believe in yourself and find ways to motivate yourself. Before I post the video, I had to make a little thank you segment. First, I want to thank God because he's the reason I'm here. And then I want to thank my mom and my dad and my brother for always supporting me along the way. Family, church family that prayed for me, my grandmas and my church grandmas. And just all my friends, because trust me, Christmas break, summers, I was just studying or doing more to try to excel to the next level. But even when I couldn't hang out with my friends, they still were there for me, had my back. So I just want to thank my friends, family, cousins, etc. You know, everyone knows who played a certain role. So I just want to thank you all. And like I said, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope it inspires some of you to keep going regardless of your grades right now or your current situation. You can make a way.